I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you have clicked on Chad Knows. I'm glad you're continuing to learn some stuff in Rehabtogo. So we are gonna cover how to use one of these Voodoo bands or a flossing band. You guys should know these things. You should use them if you are a baseball player or softball player or tennis player or any athlete that uses an overhead motion. You need one of these in your bag. So we're gonna go over what to do with one of these sore elbows. Nothing sliding, gliding the right way, and you wanna have a tool that you can use on the run. Well, I love these things, and I like to use them in a 6-minute protocol. Minute number 1 is just range of motion. Minute number 2 is resistance, and minute number 3 is sport specificity. So let's get in how to use this thing. When I use the Voodoo bands myself, I like to go towards the heart, and I think you should go towards the heart. Now, there's not a lot of studies done on these things, right? I mean, they've been around for a while, but it's not like it's super popular. But you can definitely do it yourself with a little help, and you're working it towards the heart. Now, you know, when I do this on a patient for the first time, they always ask, well, how tight? We are trying to restrict blood flow here. We want it in an ischemic environment, a decreased blood supply. So I would tell you, like, let's go like tourniquet tight, all right? You want it tourniquet tight. I take that last flap, sometimes it's hard to do one-handed, and I wrap it around there. So we're decreasing blood supply, and don't worry, you're not really gonna cut off blood supply. These things are very bendy and stretchy, but you do want it tight. Now we've got it applied, and we gotta go through our 3-minute protocol, or the first 3 minutes of our 6-minute protocol. Minute number 1 is just range of motion. So what you'll find is anybody that's doing this even halfway right just starts with this. But that's a problem, because the elbow also does this. The elbow also does this. It does some funky motions, so keep it moving. I tell people we get lazy as clients, so just start to spell the alphabet out with a great big alphabet as if you're painting a giant piece of plywood. That should take it through every range of motion you can think of, and there's 26 letters in the English alphabet. That should get you about a minute. Now the second minute is resistance. Any upper body stuff, wrist, elbow, bicep, tricep, shoulder, I like push-ups. Lower body stuff, I like squats. So you're just getting there and you're doing push-ups. Now, I would prefer you do push-ups on the floor, but sometimes you can't handle it. If it's an acute injury and you're really hurting, or if you're feeble and weak, you might just have to do it on the wall, and that's fine. And I'll tell anybody a minute of push-ups is difficult. So if you cannot do a minute of push-ups, do a set of 10, rest for a second, do a 10. The third step then is any sport specificity. So if I'm a tennis player and I'm working on my backhand, right? Terrible, I'm not really good with my left-hand backhand. I'm not a good tennis player. If you're a pitcher, you're doing your throwing motion. If you are a shot putter, do your shot put motion. If you don't feel that elbow, unless you're doing a 290-pound bench press, load up 290 pounds, stick this thing on, and go through your motion for your third step. After you have done your 3 minutes with the band on, get that band off of there. Now, one of my favorite follow-ups is from a student athletic training intern I had. And what he said is, now we're taking that thing off and it's starting to fill with blood. You can see how it gets red on light-skinned guys, you can see it. What we want to do now is force that back into where the problem is. So it's the same 3-minute protocol. The first minute is range of motion. Take it through every range of motion you can think of. Second minute, go back to your push-ups. Third minute, go back to your sport specificity and do what you need to do. Work that thing out. 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off with that protocol, and that is so much better than just strapping that thing and bending it and moving it around. Try that stuff out, work it on your wrist, work it on your elbow, work it on your shoulder. I once had a client, I'm not kidding you, that asked, would that work on my neck? By no means do that on your neck. That is a terrible idea. You don't want to cut off blood supply from here to here, ever. Use these things, guys, try them out, see what kind of results you get. Let me know. Hey guys, Dr. Chad Peters back here again. If you like that content, if you like the way I deliver this stuff, or if you have questions about what was on, don't hesitate. Comment below and go through. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you disagree with. Let's have a conversation. The entire idea with this is that we all get better when we start discussing things. I'll see you soon.